What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going through the best and worst tattoo TikToks I could find. Let's jump into it. We are starting with quite the doozy. Okay, we got this one. It says before and after. Okay, I want to pause it on this. If you guys are wondering, what is that? I got no clue. I've looked at it a bunch of times. I think it's either the universe or I think it's that like starry sky painting. I don't know. It looks like a giant blob, but what we do know is they should have never tattooed it, and whoever did this tattoo is a dick. Okay, that's before. Let's go to the after. Okay, this one's done by Benny TT House. I mean, it's a pretty okay cover up, you know? Like, it at least distracts from what is there, which is like this giant blue weird blob thing. And so, yeah, these sunflowers works. This one I've been going back and forth on. I think this design works the best for any cover up that is as gnarly as this one. Like, they didn't try and do any shading or do any bullshit. They just put the tattoo on top of it and called it a day. Yeah, I guess it works. Kind of crazy. What do you guys think? I want to hear about it. Leave it in the comments. Do you think this was a good cover-up or a bad cover-up? I'm leaning towards a very good cover-up because I don't know what else to do with this one. Unless you were to take up the entire arm, I don't know. Okay, on to the next. Like I said, that was a doozy. Okay, we gotta love our all red tat.
Me's a freaky gal. Me's a very.
I have found my people. Not everybody gets it, but we're in a red tattoo arm club. You know, me and you, girl, we like this.
I'm glad more people don't get it. All red tats and then all red sleeves. Okay, so we got two of them. I guess let's compare the two of them. First off, this like swooshy, watery looking scribbles, I enjoy more aesthetically than like the flowers that are just like these really weird straight lines. But then also what I don't like about the swooshy water sleeve is that there's like these swans in and out of the tattoo. I think those are very hard to read. I think when the arm's down and by itself, when you see like an all red tattoo, no distinction between any other colors, there's no black, there's no shading, there's just all red. All the detail that was in those swans is really hard to pick up. Now, you guys know, I don't like all red tattoos. I don't think they look very good. I think they kind of look closer to like weird, gross red birthmark things. But red is the best color in comparison to anything else. Like if you're just gonna outline and just tattoo with one color, I think red is the best of them all. You see a lot of these tattoos done in like blues, and I'm never a huge fan of those, like even more so. But yeah, it's okay. I don't mind them so much. I don't like them. I don't like them at all. You know, like the second girl's sleeve, the very all red flower straight line design, it's interesting. I'm not a huge fan of that either. Yeah, I don't know. Would this tattoo look better in all black? Probably not. But hey, that's what it looks like. That's it. And she's part of the all red crew. Not a huge fan of them. Never gonna be a huge fan of them. But if you are gonna get them, make sure you get a cool design. Like swooshy water things, I guess. On to the next. Shit. Okay, this is a tattoo and they're doing the tattoo with rose stems. So all these giant needles hanging off of these roses, that's how they're doing the tattoo. Just watch it. It's beautiful. It's cool. It's interesting. It would be awful to get. And what I'm curious about more so than what they're using as a needle is what they're using for ink. Like how did they make that ink? Probably from some sort of ash, but it is cool. Cool to see that tribal shit. On to the next. Whoop. We just got a jump scare line for you. Look at how shitty that is. Look at how crappy that is. That is just rough as shit. Okay, two things. One, lions are not for noobs. I mean, lions are for like one person. 1 in a million can really crush a lion. And I say it every single time. You guys know lions suck. They're hard to tattoo. You rarely see a good one. And this is certainly not only probably the worst lion we've seen, but among some of the worst tattooing we've seen at all. Look, guys, I've done some shit ass tattoos. There is just no fucking around. I've done bad tattoos and I've done probably way more than I like to admit. But when I see this type of tattooing, I go, what the fuck? do these people not have eyes that function like other people's eyes? Like, how do they think that they're capable of pulling this off? And then when they do it, they like take a video of it and put it on the internet. Cause I'm just like, look, I hope for all of you, especially you young tatters, are as proud of your tattoos as this fucking tatter is of his tattoos. Like, this dude was like, look how great I am. And like, he's got like this wonky ass eye over here, this dumb eye down on the cheek, the fucking nose is going sideways. They got this guy with a spear that's coming. Dude, I want you young tatters to be this level of confident, because if he could do it, anybody could do it. You post your stuff, get your tatties out there. Looks like shit, my guy. Don't do it anymore. Please, for the love of God. Okay, this one made me like just kind of happy. You know, like, I don't know. Getting tatted at the senior living community. I just love, this makes me think of my mom. My mom's not old, but she's older. Sorry, Mom, in case you're watching. She's not watching this. But my mom's older. If she's ever in a senior living home facility or whatever, she would totally be this lady. And then she would send me a million messages about how she's tatted just like her son. So fucking A, dude. It makes me laugh. It makes me excited. And it's funny to see these like people all repping it hard. Like, it's so cute, dude. I like it. I like it. I wish they would have gotten tattoos when they were younger and they would have enjoyed the process of it all, but they didn't. And they're old now. So on to the next. Okay, this is a sick blast over. Now, in case you don't know what a blast over is, I'm gonna give you the rundown. Okay, so you got a bunch of shitty tattoos, and these shitty tattoos you're not gonna laser, you're not gonna do anything with. They're just shitty tattoos, and what you wanna do is just blast over a big, bold, traditional tattoo on top of it, and you don't give a shit if parts of the tattoo are hanging out, or if you can kind of see it underneath all the color of the tattoo. That stuff doesn't matter. This isn't like a cover-up. There's two different things. Cover up and a blast over. A blast over, you don't give a shit about seeing what's underneath the tattoo. You're just going for it. You just put a big old fucking image and you hope it does a good job of covering it. Where a cover up, the whole job is to try and hide the image underneath. Now, both very technically difficult to do. For me, a blast over is always more fun, and it's just like gives me as a tattooer the freedom to just be like, let's run it. Let's do the best we can with what we got and let's move on. This is a great blast over. Look at that. Now, this right here, for all you young tatters, is a masterclass in what colors you can use and can't use to do a cover up. Let's talk about it for just a quick minute, because I know most of you guys aren't gonna end up being tattooers. The purple, the greens, that orange, all cover up very well, because it helps you to disguise what's underneath. Even that teal works really good. Now, what doesn't work surprisingly as well as you guys might think is red. I know, in this picture, you're like, damn, that's super dark, super bold. That shit's gonna like cover up anything. It doesn't work as well as you think. So if you're ever going to get a cover up, or you're doing cover ups, or you're doing blast overs or whatever, keep an eye out for red. It's not the best color for cover up or blast overs, and you think it will be. This is different. He doesn't care, he's just putting it in. Same with yellow, like that's obviously not a very good color to cover things up with, but he's just putting it in there for the fun. He doesn't care if you could see some of the tattoo underneath it, because what you do see is a sick eagle, tiger, snake combo, and it just looks very good. So I wanted to take a moment to say thank you guys. We are well on our way to 50,000 subs, and if you guys don't mind liking and subscribing to the channel, the more people we get in our community, the less shitty tattoos are out in the world. So thank you so much. On to the next. God damn it, dude. Like I said, dude, when you see one thing, you see it over and over again. But this is a particularly bad skeleton hand. I've been talking shit on skeleton hands pretty much since we started this channel. You guys know it. We all know it. I hate them. I think they look dumb, and this is a great example of why. But look at how much black he just smashed into this hand. This almost looks like a cartoon hand or a costume hand skeleton thing. I'm not gonna talk about this one too much. You guys know I hate them. On to the next. Okay, first off, I want to thank everybody who sent this to me. I got this sent to me about 10 fucking times, and I appreciate every last one of you. It's always really appreciated when you guys send me stuff. Honestly, finding clips is extremely easy and extremely tiring for me. Sometimes I'm just like scrolling and looking for shit to talk about, and I always could find a ton, but I just kind of get tired of them at a certain point. So whenever you guys send me stuff, I really appreciate it because it allows me like a little less time scrolling on my fucking phone. Thank you for sending it to me. Look, some of you guys might know this. None of you guys probably know this. I'm actually a licensed skydiver and I still fucking hate this. It's been a long time since I've gone skydiving. I'll probably change that in the next few years, but fuck, when I saw this, I was like, I hate it. I hate it. So goofy. But hey, you know what? Okay, let me retrace a little bit. Usually when I see stuff like this, I feel like it's that like Richard tattoo guy on Instagram and he's doing some goofy bullshit and I'm always like, ugh, fucking hate it extra. But this one, I just felt like they were having fun. Like it wasn't anything too serious. So yes, I do kind of hate it, but at the same time, I just like that they're having a good time and dicking off, not taking it too seriously. So yeah, let me retrace. When I see gimmicky bullshit like this and it's like trying to make an art statement, I want to poop on it. But when it's just funny and goofy, I don't mind it at all. The tatter looked like she had so much fun. Who am I? Stop being a dick, Kirk, okay? Relax. Move on to the next. Okay, so this is also something I would normally be like, fucking hate this. I'm gonna try not to today.
How you doing? How was the session, man?
Man, it was great.
It was good. Tell me a little bit about the tattoo, like what it means.
Oh yeah, this is a tattoo for my grandma.
Okay.
Okay, so obviously when he's standing like this, you see BU, and that looks pretty good. That looks actually pretty okay. Now, I've talked about in the past, like where people, got the circle around his whole arm, and you had to have his hand in the right position for it to make sense, and I thought, hey, that's kind of stupid. Why I thought that was so stupid is because he had this dumb line across his hand that just did not look aesthetically pleasing. Where this tattoo, although kind of still, in a lot of ways goofy and whatever, at least when his arms are down and he's just like wearing a t-shirt, you just see a B and you see like a Y or a U or whatever, and you're not kind of like left being like, well, what's that fucking line going across his hand? So I kind of like this more, even though it's still, kind of whatever.
Her name is Boo Boo, so we got the B, the BU.
Okay.
Got the BU back here too. Her name is Boo Boo. She's from the Marshall Islands, so they say Yuckway.
Okay, Yuckway.
Yuckway. That means hello, goodbye, I love you.
See the other side. What does Yuckway mean?
It means hello, goodbye, I love you. All that in her language.
That's all right.
You put it together, and then we got BU.
That's
on the
tough.
front,
And then
BU in the back.
that's your tough. That's all right, man. So this your first tattoo, right?
Yeah.
So again, usually stuff like this, hate. This one, I just feel differently about. I do. He put a lot of thought into it and he did a lot of thinking and it fucking worked out. Yeah, okay, that's it. Like it. On to the next. Okay, so I've seen this a lot in tattooing. It's like this infinite ink. Everyone's always trying to make their job easier as a tattooer. I know why, and I just don't know why. I know why and I don't know why. I don't think that dipping your ink is that hard. And I do think that not only is it kind of just more wasteful, which tattooing is already pretty inherently like wasteful. Like every time we use those cartridges, that just is trash. The plastic wrap we use, like all this different stuff, it's all for good reasons, but it's just a wasteful process. And I hate like throwing in more wasteful shit. But let me clarify. I'm not really like, oh, you should be like, not be wasteful or anything like that. Honestly, as a tattooer, I'm like, why am I gonna spend another $100 a month on some fucking shit when I could just dip my tattoo machine? So I don't mean to sound like a Mr. I care about, how much plastic I'm using as a tattooer, even though that's definitely the route I was thinking about going. And then I was like, Kirk, you don't give a fuck. What are you talking about? I don't want to spend the extra $100. That's just the truth. Fucking A, Kirk. Stop being a dick. On to the next. Okay, custom design cover-up tattoo. Ruby on the face. That looks like straight trash. Bros, stop putting shit on your face, especially when shit looks bad. If you're gonna get a face tattoo, you better make it the best goddamn tattoo you've ever had. Let's see it. Okay, it's gonna be a heart, an ice cold heart. Okay, a lot of you tratty daddies know how cool ice cube tattoos are and how often you've actually seen them, you know, in the past few years, and they look super bitchin'. This is not the super bitchin' version of an ice cube tattoo. Look, a lot of the structure of this tattoos, especially in the ice cubes, is used with white, and obviously that is a dumb decision, especially on the face. I'm telling you, I'm sure this tattoo is a few months old at this point. He's got a big black semi-heart and blue nothings down here. Like just smudgy looking shit. And that's because like the face doesn't heal like other tattoos. It's the only part of your body that is exposed to the sun almost always, especially this part of your face. So the sun beats down on tattoos real good, and because like the pores on your face, like you get pimples and you have like hair and you have all just these things. It beats down tattoos really fast on the face, and they never look quite as clean as like say on your forearm or any other part of your body. So this tattoo, I'm sure, looks like shit at this point, so don't do stuff like this. You know, don't do it. I don't know what else to tell you. You shouldn't put dumb crap on your face and then cover it up with other dumb crap. And if you're gonna do dumb crap and cover it up with other dumb crap, make sure the tattoo is technically sound, where this one's not. On to the next. Okay. I always go back and forth on this type of stuff. Amazing art. Amazing art. Like just so wonderful and so beautiful and so like interesting, especially a lot of this stuff, not all of it. Some of it's kind of just like whatever, but some of it is very beautiful. And you just know that the fucking tattoo is gonna fall apart because of the way it was applied, because of the techniques used. Tattooing a pearl onto someone. It's a little like dumb. Because you got a pearl, it's just a circle, great. You didn't put a black outline around it, which is because it's a pearl, and if it had a black outline around it, it would just look like a black circle thing. So you had to use white, light gray, light brown, light yellow, a little bit of pink. So you used 4, 5, 6 of the most muted colors you possibly can get, and you put it on someone's forearm, and you know that the majority of this tattoo is going to fall away. And like, I am always like left with this feeling of like, wow, this tattoo is so good. How do they not know what colors are gonna fade away in the next 10 years on the person's skin? And then I'm left being like, they don't know. They actually don't know. So for me, like, if being in tattoo shops and talking to mentors and having friends who've been tattooing a long time, every single one of them would have seen me trying to do this type of shit, which I would have never done anyways. But if I did attempt to tattoo a pearl, would have been like, hey, what are you doing? None of that is gonna actually stay, and you're wasting time, and you're giving people bad tattoos. And then I think about it and I'm like, these people who do this type of stuff don't have anyone, don't have mentors. They see only what they see on the internet, they replicate it, and then they go to shops that are owned by people who have only been tattooing for like 3 weeks because the tattoo shop owner had enough money to fucking open up a studio in New York of all places. And then like, it's just like this never ending cycle of young tattooers doing dumb shit, getting a lot of attention, and then eventually aging out of all those dumb things because they're tired of doing touch-ups on the tattoos they did and having to see their tattoos falling apart 10 years down the road. And then they end up adopting more traditional, more obviously good technical tattooing, and that's how it goes. But it drives me crazy, especially because I was taught from the beginning, like, make a good tattoo. Doesn't fucking matter how artsy fartsy or how like beautiful and like, you know, how many likes it gets on Instagram. It's about applying a tattoo that is technically good. That is most important. And that is why I like traditional tattoos. I want my tats to look good forever. But that, you know, Japanese, fine line black and gray portraits, all of these are fucking flawless, technically applied very well tattooing, and color realism, not. On to the next. Okay, this is the last one I got. So it says, tribe in India confused about my tattoos. I just want to zoom in on her face and be like, that is like the fucking coolest tattoos I have seen in a long time. Like going across her face, like just so fucking cool. Let's just watch this one more time, enjoy it. You see the other people with tattoos all over their body too, all over his face. Just fucking cool tattoos. Tattooing really is the most cool, interesting type of art form. For all of us who are covered in them, it's a pleasure to wear them. I appreciate you guys. I will probably see you in a couple of days. Thank you so much. Have a good one.